Hey guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. Man, I got a beautiful Roadrunner for you today. She's a 71, it's got a 383 under the hood, and look at that, it's an air grabber hood, looking absolutely cool as can be. I can remember when these babies came out back in the day. I mean, I was a pretty little guy when they came out, but by gosh, there was a lot of them running around once I was in car driving age. Like I said, this was the perfect used car to drive back when I was in high school. It'd have been about, 7, 8 years old. Tell you, I love this thing. They did a beautiful job on the restoration on it. All that chrome in the grill looking good. You got Mr. Roadrunner right there looking sweet. Now, one of the coolest things about this is the body gaps and the way everything lines up. I mean, that hood lines up beautifully. All these body lines where that filler panel connects to the front fender there, all looking sweet as can be. The red paint on this thing is just popping. Those Magnum 500s really set it off. This door is nice and flush to the front fender, nice and flush to the quarter panel back here. All the lines look good. She's all jacked up in the back just like I'd have done back in high school. You pop open the door, look at those door jambs, look how clean those are. They had the latch out during the restoration, the rubber looks good, door panel's in good shape. There is a little star in the armrest here. We got a great looking steering wheel. You can see that it's a manual shift. Just looking beautiful. One of the cool things about this thing is we got seat belts in the front and the rear, so you can put the whole family in here. The bench seat up front, you can get your honey up tight to you. Tell you what, the carpeting looks good in there. The dash itself's in beautiful shape. I mean, everything about this car is just hot rod heaven right here, baby. Just turns me on to take a look at this thing. She is a beauty. Of course, the wing on the back. Look at that wing. Love that. Ready to go racing with this baby. You can see all the lines on the trunk also line up real nice. Chrome on the back bumper looks like it's brand new. You always want to pop open the trunk and look at that. Turn back the clock to 1971. Looks like the original tire in there still got the blue stuff on it. Always pull up the floor mat. Make sure that trunk floor looks good, especially in a Mopar. Look at that. Looks beautiful. Now you see all this seam sealer. The Mopars all look like that back in the day. They were not neat about putting that on at all. Those wheel wells are all painted up nice. The back sides, the quarters painted up. The bottom side of the deck lid all painted up. Again, you can see the latch was out. All the edges here all painted up, looking good. Seam sealed up, looking good. Got Mr. Roadrunner back there with his driving helmet on. Man, she looks good. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, a lot of people ask us, they say, where do you find all these amazing cars? Well, we have a buy team that all they do all day long is look for cars and trucks and vehicles for sale. They put everything together, they present it to our buy team committee. We take a look at everything, we pick out our favorites, then we send out an inspector to physically look at every car so you don't have to. Let's take this Roadrunner for a ride. First thing we gotta do is open up the air grabber. There it comes. That's what we need, a little fresh air in there. So cool, man, I love that. I wish they did more stuff like that. I mean, that was so cool back in the day. You know, the old LS6 Chevelles with the little flappers and that was kind of cool. That air grabber is super cool, man. I'll tell you what, talk about comfortable to drive. This thing is amazing. We just had a guy stop us and tell us how cool this thing was, and it's got the right stance, it's the right color. I mean, just everything about this baby is just absolutely gorgeous. And don't forget, we can deliver it anywhere in the world. You just give us a call at 248-974-9513. Tom will tell you exactly how easy it is to park this dream in your driveway. If you need any additional pictures of it or anything, don't hesitate to call. You want a close-up of the left front fender? We'll get you that, no problem. Don't forget, we ship anywhere. Real easy. Just call Tom. He'll tell you all about how easy it is. Tell you what, the thing just drives just as smooth as can be. As you can see down here on the dash, looks like all my gauges are working. The speedo, we got oil pressure. I hope the gas gauge has got enough gas to get us back. It's got the stock radio in it. We do have an additional gauge underneath the dash also. Clutch feels good. Going through the gears feel great. Waiting on this car to get by here. So we're gonna head back to the shop right now where we're gonna put this thing up in the air. We're gonna show off the bottom a little bit because the bottom of this car is just as pretty as the top of the car. She is a little sweetheart. We're right outside the Motor City, real close to the airport, so if you need to fly in to check it out in person, we'd love to have you. Matter of fact, we'll even send somebody down to the airport to pick you up. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, and if you have, I want to thank you. Please subscribe to our channel. All right, we're right back here to our shop right now. We are underneath this Roadrunner now, and it is looking sweet under here too. The first thing that you see is the machine gun tips on the exhaust, man. You want to talk about sweet? Everybody loves those. It looks like the tank was replaced at one time. That's definitely a new tank. The rear end housing is a 489. I rolled this thing over, and it is an open rear end, and I counted right around a 323 gear. You can see that all the brake lines are new. The backing plates have been all painted up, looking good. The shocks look like they're new. Now, our guys here at the shop will still take the brakes all apart, make sure they're installed correctly. It's got stock appearing mufflers, and everybody knows that watches our videos knows what I'm going to say next. I'd put some loud mufflers on this thing so I can listen to that 383 howl. And then look at the paintwork on the bottom side of this car. The paintwork on the bottom side of this car looks better than the paintwork on most of cars on the outside. We got our manual transmission here. We got the stock appearing linkage there for the clutch. Torsion bars are all painted up, looking good. All the brake lines and fuel lines going from front to back look like they're new. We do have drum brakes up front here, and again, the guys will pull those all apart, make sure they're in good working order. The hoses going to the brakes also look like they're new. Sway bar bushings look good. They've really done a really nice job of restoring the whole front suspension. The K-members all painted up, looking good. Paintwork right down to the bottom edge here, and the core support all looking good also. These little canards are sure looking sweet. The hood pins, as you can see, we got the clip right there. We'll take a look at those hood pins when we lower this baby down. Now up front here, we've got some BFGs on some Magnum 500s. My favorite rim. It doesn't matter what year Mopar. I love Magnum 500s on these cars. 235/60 15s. Now the wheel well has been all protected with undercoating, and they did a real nice, neat job putting it in there too. As you look down the side of the car, you can see all the reflections in that beautiful red paint. So the body man and the paint man took it right down to the bottom edge, and of course they went right around the bottom edge to the whole bottom of the car. They paid just as much attention to the frame, look at the frame here, as they did to the hood of the car. The rocker molding here is all looking good. A lot of people ask about this little step right here. Well, that was common on all Mopars. That's where the quarter ties into the rocker. Pretty much all of them that I know of are like that. Out back here, this is where the horsepower meets the road. So we got two 95/50 15s back here on the same good looking Magnum 500 rim. Well, let's lower this baby down and look at that 383. This baby is sweet under the hood too. It looks brand new. The first thing I see is that Coyote duster there on the air cleaner, man. I love that picture, man. The Coyote looks really frustrated, doesn't he? He's been chasing that Roadrunner forever. Now, we do have manual brakes, we do have manual steering. This is the Go Fast car, baby. But look how nice everything is finished. All the wiring looks new, all the hoses look new. I mean, it looks like a brand new 1971. And I tell you what, if we could roll back the clock, I bet this looks better than any 71 rolling off the lot. They did a better job than they would have back in 71, for sure. She's got the Chrysler radiator in her. Looks like they've used a lot of the original hardware. There is a 4-barrel Holly sitting underneath that Coyote duster there. She's just looking beautiful under here. It's got the Meep horn on it, electronic ignition, and they did a beautiful job restoring all the air grabber stuff. I mean, right down to all the clips that hold the vacuum lines, the little piece of rubber here keeping the air under the hood. I tell you what, she is a beauty, guys. So give us a call at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this dream in your drive.